you're looking at 13 million, maybe 14, because at some point that million doesn't matter, that you've managed to.
It's definitely more than 14. I was trying not to be that guy, and I realized I was that guy. I was trying to not say it. So, yes.
You there.
Yes. Of course you did. Of course you did.
But it's always love, Jay. It's always love. But the point that I'm making, seriously, is that, you know, you can look at the exponential growth that you've had in your business. And y'all, Jay spends a lot of time on this app, like so many of us do, just giving, just pouring out into other people. I don't know how many people on this app, at least in the real estate spaces, have jumped into the STR space head first and are doing really well with it. And a lot of it has to do with you know, direction that Jay and people like Dean and Rafa and you know, others have given on this app in that space. So, you know, kudos to you. You're in a lot of the real estate rooms. I've seen you in different stages, similarly to me. So, you know, it's always a pleasure to be in a room with you, even when I am giving you a hard time, because apparently that's my MO on top of everything else. But I promise you, it's always love. It's always love. You know, I have the greatest respect for you, Poppy.
I appreciate that. No, I mean, and if anyone has an issue with Patrice, I have the means to send people to them and correct their attitude. So,
I don't get to them first.
I understand.
Thank you for that. Hey, Derek, I'm going to jump back up to you.
Patrice, before we go to Derek, right? I want to make I want to give a testimony out, guys. You know that I always say it's good to follow your gut instinct. It's good to follow your intuition. I remember I've been stalking Jay now for about 4 months, sending him digital card, making a comment here, making a comment there. And I got a phone call from an establishment with 1,800 members that wanted us to build a program for them. I was on the phone with the CEO of the company, and Jay inboxed me, hey, can we hop on a phone call sometime soon? I said, as soon as you're ready. I told the CEO of the company, while I'm brokering a deal, guys, I said, listen here, there is a gentleman that just texted me, and I may have to leave this call to go take that phone call, but I promise I'll call you back. The reason I'm sharing this with you guys, when your heart tells you to do something, when your instinct tells you to go somewhere and do something, just fucking do it. And the reason I'm so passionate, I'm always getting goosebumps as I speak of this. My decision to connect with Jay over that conversation turned out to be one of the best things we have ever done. Because while we were at the seminar, I saw how Jay and his entire team was working. And we were able to service all of his members with a digital card. I'm not even sure if he's fully aware of it, but most of his members already have a digital card, and we'll go scout the rest of them to ensure all of them have it. Jay, your work ethics is beyond mention. I don't know how the heck you do it, but keep doing what you're doing, and I will always be a student of the work that you put out there, brother. That relentless drive that you have, I hope everyone keep being inspired by it. And what your daughter said about you, bro, that right there was a groundbreaking moment. That right there was powerful, Jay, and I was in the room when that happened. So I salute you, and whatever I can do to keep serving, please let me know, Jay. I'm right here for you. Back to you.
I second that. And Jay, I think Jay's probably one of the, Jay, like I said, when I first met Jay, he was in Nelson's room, actually, doing that $1 million thing, or whatever it was. And they were questioning Jay. And I remember that Kalala, I was questioning you as well. And Jay handled it like a champ. And I was like, this guy knows what he's talking about. And right then and there, I was like, this guy is something special. And so I've always followed Jay. I wanted to learn as much as I can, learn about him. And I was like, wow. So, Jay, you've helped a ton of people out in this app, man. And so you've always been there for me, except for tomorrow morning.
Yo, everyone's starting things at Darts 30, West Coast side.
But no, you've always been there for me, man. I don't think you get your flowers enough, man, because I think you're probably one of the best minds on this app, you know, if not the. So kudos to you, brother.
gonna blow this up a little bit. And Jay's not huge on having a whole lot of attention thrown his way, but I had the pleasure of being in a room. I think it was Lewis's room about how to buy a house for $7,500, and somebody came up with a question about purchasing their first investment property. And I listened. Hold on, just a minute. I listened to Jay as he questioned this young lady as to why she wasn't moving. It was just the thought process to kind of guide her down the road, because those of us listening knew that a lot of it had to do with fear. And to listen to him just kind of let her answer each question and break down her answers each time until he got her to the place of fear, and then talk to her about where her fear sat and how it was holding her back. I was number one, I was blown away, and number two, it really let me see a little bit into the genius that is Jay Massey. And I've never sat with someone who can dissect a problem and come at it in from directions that you wouldn't even think to consider, and still get to what the right answer is at the right time for the right person. So, Jay, I definitely want to make sure that I give you your flowers there, because it is definitely something to see, and definitely something that earned my respect for you a long time ago. So I'm happy to be on this app. I love to share a stage with you, and I am honored that I can consider you and Bobby friends. So thanks for all the time and all that you've given us in this app, and to the people who have the privilege of being in rooms with you. Derek, are you there?
Yep.
Derek going twice?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Hey, it's all yours.
I appreciate it, Miss Patrice. When I come out with my book, I want you to read the audio version. You have the whole package, and you sound like a news anchor that reports the weather. That beautiful voice, so eloquently spoken. But however, I want to air out a beef with Mr. Jay Massey. He always finds a way to outshine me and make me feel bad. I don't have any more hair to pull, Jay. Come on, man. It's hard to go after that, bro. Come on, man. But no, man, outside of the clubhouse. So it was my mentor brought me into the clubhouse because you had to be invited back then, and I had an Android. Well, I still have an Android, and just the network, so much has led to my personal growth as an entrepreneur, my partnerships that I've gained, and just like the many different personalities that are on the stage, and you go in rooms with them and you learn from each other. You ask certain questions. And so, big shout out to Sean 10K. He is very hard on me, just like Jay is. But you want people in your life just like that, because that's not normal. Normally when people give you a hard time, you get mad and you shut down. But it's like, no, they're doing it from a place of concern and saying that, hey, iron sharpens iron. So if you're uncomfortable, you got to get comfortable, uncomfortable, so you can be the better portion of you. So what has happened, I remember probably about a month or two ago, I was sick. I was so sick. 10K said, hey man, you got to bring the energy. And I'm like, dude, I'm sick. He was like, I don't care. And that's the type of perfection that you should want to go after, when somebody can challenge you And I'm like, man, he's right. I got to be on my game. But the networking portion, it has allowed me to open up a franchise in Birmingham for professional networking, where I show clients how to gain 8 new clients per month. We have a class every day, 5 days a week, and it is procedure and process, how you speak to clients, how you turn your clients into contacts, and those contacts into cash. And so if it had not have been for this app, I wouldn't have had that, because everything that I use in tandem with my real estate business. I use it in tandem with my professional networking business. And that's what you want to do. You want to make sure that you have the tools around you that can network you up. And so when you network, you want to make sure that that person is bringing more value, but you want to make sure that you're bringing more value as well. So it's value for value. So the 10K card, oh man. All right, so man, I'm so excited. So we're getting ready to have an event in the Birmingham area where I'm going to be doing a lot of business consulting with a lot of small business. There's a lot of small businesses to show them the different power of tools that you need in order to network up and have the convenience, because this 10K card is like none other. You get card freedom. It's a cash register in your pocket, and then it's just nifty. Where do you know where you can tell them go to your 10K card, go to 10kday1.com, then go on to the bottom and add my contacts. That's just crazy. And then they can scan your QR code. Like it's crazy. It is so crazy. But I want to applaud each and every one of you guys, because you are my life support, and you support my life by the information and the knowledge that you've given us. So I appreciate you guys for what you do. And I'm Derek, and I am done speaking.
Derek, thank you so much for sharing. And you know what? Sean 10K, open up your mic, sir.
Queen Patrice, talk to me.
You know what? I want to make sure that you get your flowers tonight. Because I don't know how many people really recognize the marketing genius that you are. Period. I didn't know what the fuck a 10K card was when I got on the app, let alone the fact that we know how technically challenged I can be. The fact that you can customize this card to the needs of each individual client, the links you can add, videos you can download. The fact that you have a team that I picked up the phone tonight and I said, hey, I did this podcast. Is there some way to put this link on? I was a guest on a podcast. You're like, just send me everything. And I know it's going to be there. So when somebody gets my card, it's going to be there. And one of my favorite features on the 10K card itself, I like to call it the crop dusting feature, and that's where I can put it on AirDrop, and anyone who has AirDrop on their iPhones, I can walk by and the card just kind of shows up where they can choose or not to choose to download my 10K card. It's just genius. The fact that you came up with a digital card, there are digital cards out there, but the fact that you've created such a superior digital card that does what it does, and the fact that you know how to market the fuck out of it, and while you're marketing it, you're dropping gems and you're adding value regardless of where you go. I don't think that you get enough attributes and acclaim and kind words and just way to goes. I mean, you're killing it, dude. You're killing it. And your digital card really is changing the game for so many people. And I wanted to take the time to let you know that that's how I felt about it, and recognize you and your company for how you're changing the game. So kudos to you, my friend. Kudos to you.
You're super, super welcome, Patrice, and thank you so much for that. But I'll be honest with you. One of the reasons I respect Jay so much, when he speak, I listen very carefully. And Jay always have a point in his presentation when he said, "I just wanted to eat." And my passion is everyone that have a 10K card, I want to make sure they eat. So when Jay was fighting for himself, I'm fighting for the whole world, guys. And I don't mean I'm too egotistic when I say this shit, but I'm literally looking to show up the fight for others, so no one have to be in that place where when you get into a networking situation, you don't have a 10K card to produce. Because at the Atlanta event, we saw how awkward and uncomfortable it was for members without a 10K card. So my goal is literally to get a 10K card into the hands of everyone, guys, because it literally helps to elevate businesses. So whenever you guys hear Jay again, I'm gonna keep picking on him. When he mentioned I just wanted to eat, that same energy and association that he have that I just wanted to eat, I just don't want anyone to be caught out there not being able to represent themselves, guys. And that's what 10K card does. It gives you a fucking fighting chance. That's what it does. So, Patrice, thank you so much. I will continue to serve, and I yield the mic.
Well, Patrice, can I say something real fast?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
And so, to Sean's point, just so that everyone hears it, and again, I don't know when or if something like this will happen to you, but I just want you to hear the importance of that quote unquote simple little idea and card. I am a long time ago. Well, it feels like a long time ago. Back in 2012, it was. I think it was 2012 or 2013. I can't remember. I used to hang around the Rich Dad crew a lot, and we were fresh off a cruise, headed straight to being on stage in front of 4,000 people that eventually was broadcast about 90 countries. I'm saying that to just impress upon you the impact of a moment. And that moment for me at that time, I didn't even have so much as a business card because I was just doing my thing, right? I didn't really have a business card. And we're talking last minute 3x5 print of the Kinko's. I didn't even understand why people wanted to talk to me. All right. That was let's just call it 2012. That was 2012, San Jose. It was a National Achievers Congress. It was maybe 8 minutes total. 8. Clubhouse Live 2.0. Back in Atlanta, just a few weeks ago, 2021, more than 9 years ago. Individuals who were in that room then came up to me in Atlanta to remind me that they were there. Okay? Now, I don't even understand that, to be honest, but that was without a card, like as in no card. And don't get me wrong, it was a great moment and it was awesome, and it, I helped Robert sell a whole bunch of cash flow games that day. But at the end of the day, if I had a 10K card, I kind of wonder how many more relationships I would have had at that moment, simply because literally the entire world was watching. And without a card, though, people are still walking up to me 9 years later because they remember. Use the card.
That's a mic drop moment. Sean, I'm sure you can hear that my voice is going. And since I'm on stage at 10:44, I have a feeling that Jonathan's going to expect to see me in the real estate cafe in the morning. So, Stephanie, if you are still with us, are you my friend? Stephanie.
Really quick, Patrice.
Yeah.
I have two superstars here with my CEO Tiffany, and I have Ursula upstairs. And what we have done, Ursula, she's right next to Jonathan.
Yes.
What we have done, we have started an inner group where all the superpowers you see Sean using on 10K cards right now and the 10ksponsors.com program, I've actually partnered with those two young ladies to ensure we create something that's unstoppable. Because the 10KSponsors.com is going to give everyone a voice and a room to go not only give their message, but also be able to monetize their message while they're on the app. So we're working on a big operation right now, and those are my two right hand. So if you never saw one person, two right hand, yeah, Sean, nice to meet you. Back to you.
I'm going to turn it over to whichever one of your right hands you want.
Tiffany Erslow. Oh, that's Tiffany.
And we are in the house and the building, and we are here in the 10K Cards House. Let's liven this up just a little bit. Woohoo! Get a little more live over here because you are in the 10K Card House Club After Dark. Yes, you are. And you'll see my logo has changed to the After Dark color. Thank you, Queen Patrice, for carrying it. And yes, we need you ready for the powerhouse that you are over there in the morning, because I try to tap in right after my company meeting because they be dropping money over there, y'all, okay? So make sure you go over to the syndicate tomorrow morning now, because they don't play over there. I tell you, they got some deep stuff going on. We appreciate them. Thank you, Queen. I appreciate you. I'm Tiffany, the Wise CEO. I teach high-performing entrepreneurs how to experience life to the fullest. They normally are going through a transition by the time they reach me, and they're ready to leave their corporate careers, to follow their path, to own their own income, and to create the life they have always wanted to have during their career. But a lot of my queens and kings are hitting that glass ceiling in corporate America, and they're ready to make that move. I've worked in the financial sector and logistics for more than 15 years. I know I look young, but y'all ain't young. You know, we hit that 50 mark this year, and we're going to hit 50 again in Miami. I'm going to do it all over again, y'all. The wonderful thing that I've learned by being here in the 10K Cards family is that you are welcome to take your coat off, throw your shoes off if you need to, relax, and be yourself. We really like to have that kind of atmosphere here because we know that in your life, you are on 10 all the time, and we appreciate all that you're doing out there in the world. In Ohio, I am known as the breaker of chains. That's why I like my circles there. After I changed the law in the great state of Ohio at the Supreme Court level in my fight for all moms in the great state of Ohio, so they hold an equal shared ownership interest in real estate transactions executed by their spouses without being listed on title or mortgage. Yes, I did that. We did that. We changed it because before it was option. It was an option. I'm like, no, we're not optional. We in contract with these men or women. We don't want to leave anybody out. And we hold an equal standing. So I took it to the Supreme Court and we won. Well, I won, but, you know, it was for everybody. So I'm here in the 10K Cards family house. I'm very passionate. As most of you have gotten to know me, I love to equip, empower, and give you all of me because that's why God put me on this planet. So thank you all for being here. We do keep it pretty live. I'm known to bump and tap in, and we be doing all kinds of stuff over here. So I'm going to swing it back around and see where we left off. I've had some phone calls, y'all. You know, my brother, we're keeping him in prayer. He's suffering with COVID. He got his baby, so, you know, he had COVID, so we got to deal with it. Yes, sir, Mr. K.
Well, if I may, Queen Tiffany, would you kindly introduce Bam, and then have Bam, let me see, where is... Kindly intro Bam when you can, and then let's roll forward. He was up since this morning, so I want to make sure we give him a chance. We give him a chance to.
How did I miss it? Let me start over. Bam is in the house, the myth, the legend himself. Bam!
That's your cue, Bam.
Let's go! There you go. I still have some energy from this morning. Thank you so much, 10K. And I saw Annabella in the room. Remember we set the card up for Queen Annabella. She has a run that she does called Club Annabella. And we have AnnabellaBam.com, and we have AnnabellaBam.com, and we have Annabella10K.com. So I wanted her to meet you in the room. Paul just entered the room. Appreciate you, Paul. Let me get to the bottom line, you guys. We are one of the partners with the 10KSponsors.com. And it was Queen Bernadette in January that led me into the 10K room. And so the 10K energy has kept me here for more than what I anticipated. I had planned to be in this clubhouse for 60 days. Let me give you the quick backstory and then let me close. I know that the attention span in the clubhouse rooms, unfortunately, is low, with all due respect to everybody. So I got a call from Layla Steinberg, Tupac's first manager, and says, Brian, you got to get into the clubhouse so people can know about bands. We founded in 1998. We've been around for a long time. We're like Amazon, so that's the quick version. And so I shared with Layla, you know I use a BlackBerry. Me and President Obama are the only two brothers on the planet that still use BlackBerries. And part of it, I'm a technologist and also for the security. And she says, I know, but get an iPhone and come into the clubhouse. And says, no, I'm not buying an iPhone and coming into the clubhouse. Ain't gonna happen. Then I got a call from another one of my business associates who's a futurist. And he says, same thing, Layla said, hey, you got to get an iPhone and get into the clubhouse. He knows the kind of phone You've been known for 15 years. So bottom line, I asked Harold Whaley first. I said, okay, Harold, give me one sentence why I should buy an iPhone to come into this place called Clubhouse. Here's what Harold said. I'm going to use the name of the person facetiously. Harold said, I had an opportunity to talk to Oprah Winfrey, and if it had it not been for Clubhouse, I would not have been able to talk to Oprah Winfrey. I said, wow, that's pretty significant. So I went over to Layla, and I'm going to use the person's name facetiously, but it was a boss that she had mentioned. She said, the same thing Harold said, had I not had Clubhouse, I would not have been able to talk to LeBron James. I'm like, whoa, that's pretty significant. So I bought an iPhone. I came into the clubhouse, and Queen Bernadette led me. She was in one of our rooms regarding some of the music stuff with Layla and her relationship with Dr. Yo MTV Raps, Dr. Dre, my relationship with Lonzo, the guy that founded or discovered Dr. Dre, Eazy-E, and Ice Cube, and those guys. So bottom line, ladies and gentlemen, if it wasn't for quote unquote Layla and Harold saying, buy an iPhone, get into the clubhouse, I don't think I would have had an opportunity to meet the king, Sean Lashley, the gentleman who is disrupting the digital card space, and clearly, without a shadow of a doubt, undisputed, the king of digital business cards in the clubhouse. Let me close with this. Here's what I do when I go into a room. I take less than a minute. Let me take that less than a minute with regards to what I do. When I go into a room, I ask people to hit my bell, and I ask them to just read along with me or just listen. Do you want to make more money? Do you want to collaborate? Do you want to earn a referral fee? Do you have an advertising budget? Do you want to disrupt the network marketing industry? Do you have $199 in your bank? And then I expound just a little bit regarding that $199 in your bank. If you're using Bank of America today, which has over 90 million clients, Bank of America is paying 0.01% in a year. Let's do compounded interest. Let's give it 3 pennies in a year. So you're comfortable and you like sitting your money in that bank. I like to recommend that you spend some time in our room a little bit more so we can teach you why you should take most of your money out of your local banks. Put your money to work. You've heard the wealthy people say minimum 7 streams of cash flow. Why 7? 7 is the number of completion. So 7. So if you like what you just heard and you answer yes to any of those questions, here's what I want you to do. Hit Mr. 10K's image. I want you to go down to his Instagram after getting past his long bio. At the top of his 10K, you'll see his orderyour10kcard.com. On the right, if you're in this room, if you don't already have a 10K card, order your 10K card now. It's just priceless. But on the left, look to the left. Many of you have probably been to 10K's card, but just didn't even notice what's on the left. It's be a BAM e-commerce boss. like Amazon, and for the real estate gurus in this room, one of my advisors is Dr. J. Owen Smith, former professor of Afro-ethnic studies and political science. Dr. Smith says, if you want to be wealthy, you must be tied to at least two linkages of the mainstream. The mainstream includes real estate, the trades, and e-commerce. I'm Brian Franklin, and I approve that message, and I'm done speaking. I have to give love and respect to the members that are in the room, so I'm going to shout them out by saying, bam, 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 and I close my mic.
Powerful. Yes, sir, Mr. 10K. You go ahead and take it because, it's late and I have on my reading glasses right now. I might miss some.
I was, not only was I clapping, but what I want to touch on with BAM, guys. When I came onto the app, I knew that we're building a multi-billion-dollar company. And the only way to build a multi-billion-dollar company is to be surrounded with the smartest people on the planet. And after hearing BAM speak the first time, I knew he was one of them. So I bought into his program, guys. It's the BAM advertising. It cost $3.99 at the time. And 2 months later, I was sitting next to the pool. And as we were speaking, I said, BAM, do you realize we sent you $600 in 2 months? And then the moment I said that, I said, wait a minute. If I send him $600, that means we made $3,000 advertising on his platform. And then is when the magic hit home. Guys, I didn't sign up with BAM to make money. I signed up because I wanted to be in a relationship with him and what he was doing. And it turned out that I happened to make money. And even better, fast forward a week ago, in 3 days working with that gentleman, we made $800 in 3 days.
3 hours, man. Come on.
In 3 hours. You're right, my bad. In 3 hours, guys, we made $800. And the point I'm trying to make here is this. If you're on this app and you're not connected, where while you're breathing, you're making money, something is wrong. If you don't understand what that means, tap in tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, and we can bring that all down to you guys. If you're on the app and you're going to spend time in the rooms, connect to something that's making you money. That's my one drop. BAM, you're my best, you know the vibes already, and I love you. Back to you, Tiffany.
Thank you so much, King Son. We really appreciate you. I'm going to take a moment to reset the room. Everybody, you are in the 10K Cards house. Make sure you click that little beautiful green house at the top so you can follow us. And you'll be notified whenever we are opening a room. We're always here at 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. daily. Today, we're talking about, are you networking efficiently? Because we've got some 10K sponsors for you if you would like to join us. So once you upgrade and obtain your premium 10K card, we're so ready to welcome you to our family, and we want you to hit the ground for making money on day one. Yes, let me bring this for you. We want you to make that coin immediately. So that's why we're pointing out our powerhouse sponsors. I want to let you know that King J-Lo of Payments is one of our sponsors. He is the high-achieving, higher level of version of PayPal, and he is absolutely phenomenal. And also we have Mr. Bam himself as another one of the sponsors. So make sure you tap into Mr. Shank's bio and find your way down to his Instagram and over to that link that will take you directly to our sponsors link so you can see all of our sponsors. And we also have the pill method as well. So, and we're lining them up. We've got more coming. So. Oh, sorry, somebody's mic was open. I wanted to just make sure that there wasn't anything that I missed. So I just wanted to do a little bit of housekeeping there to let you know, to remind you that 10K Cards, Payments, and BAM, and the pill method are those that we have as our sponsors in the 10K Card house. So make sure you tap in and get your premium card. That includes our commercial break. Now we're going to move on down the line. We were coming to Queen Michaela. I was in her room today, and I learned all about meditation and how to get my mind right. Queen Michaela, please take it away, Queen.
Oh, thank you, Queen. Yes, I am Michaela. I am a transformational coach, Reiki master practitioner, and a healing advocate. And I help individuals find wellness through healing modalities such as like Tiffany said, meditation, mindfulness, aromatherapy, Reiki, and reflexology. And part of what I do is teaching people how to rebalance, renew, and redefine their lives, their mind, body, and spirits. Teaching them how to use all these different methods to help find balance in their individual lives so that they can, on Clubhouse and in their businesses, propel their businesses to the next level because they have found strength and balance in their physical core so that they can move out into the world. And that's what I do. And I love what I do. I met Sean about 2-3 months ago, got a 10K card, and I can't tell you how profound it has been for me sharing that 10K card. I, as a Reiki master, I do work in the physical world, and coming to the Clubhouse, I'm now doing work in the digital world, and I'm marrying the two. I still do both. And sharing that 10K card has really excelled my business to the next level, meaning teaching businesses about wellness programs and how they can bring that wellness program to their employees. And that's how this 10K card has truly benefited my business and taking me to the next level. So I truly appreciate Sean for being a mentor, for Sean being a leader, for Sean being a light in Clubhouse, primarily because he is pushing this ideology of having everything that you do in your business in one place, one click away, throughout Clubhouse. So this is a profound feature. And if you do not have a 10K card, today is an optimal day to get one. I am Michaela, and I yield the mic.
Thank you, Queen. Thank you so much, everybody. Make sure you tap in. Go to 10ksponsors.com. It'll tell you everything you need to know. I am now going to pass the mic off to King Wilson, who is a real estate mogul and a coach. Mr. Wilson, are you there?
Yes, I am. Great day, ladies and gents. Good evening. Thank you for allowing me on the stage and to share my experience, strength, and hope. I am a real estate investor, serial entrepreneur. I've managed to build a couple businesses, one of them being a construction company that I started with my last $300, was able to grow that into a 7-figure business. My journey with entrepreneurship started at 28. I am now 35. I got into the real estate game, and the Clubhouse has just been really amazing. I've been able to meet a lot of good connections, connecting with other like-minded individuals, a lot of veterans in the game. I find myself in these rooms just more soaking in knowledge from a lot of the veterans. But I also find myself connecting with a lot of young guys my age that are just really inspiring. So I'm based out of New Hampshire. In New Hampshire, as far as the demographic goes, I'm like one of the only few minorities kind of in the real estate game. So it's been really nice and inspiring just to connect with everybody. I was down in Atlanta, got to meet Sean, amazing guy. We've chopped it up a few times since then. Got to meet a lot of other people too. So I'm just growing the network. Funny story, in Atlanta, I think I was one of the few guys without a 10K card, man. I felt like I was in a dinosaur age just trying to hand business cards. I definitely had to step my game up. I got down to get down. I got the 10K card, and it's just been amazing. Everywhere that I go, I called Sean last week. I was telling him a story. I was at the town hall over here, going to pull a permit. The guy in front of me looked like he was a builder, so I started chopping it up with him. And he's like, "Hey, so you got a business card?" And I'm like, "You know what? It's in the truck. You know what I mean?" But I got something better, and I pulled out the 10K card. He was just blown away. You know what I mean? Had all my info right there. So yeah, the 10K cards have been really nice. This platform has been really nice. I'm just looking to continue to expand. Networking.
We lost you, Mr. Wilson.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, you're back.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm just looking to continue to grow the network. So thank you guys very much. And, I support everything that everyone's doing. Any way that I can add value or help you with anything that you have going on, please feel free to reach out. I'm on Instagram. I'm on YouTube. Right now I'm working with a group of students which started out local and which turned kind of nationwide through Clubhouse. So I've got about 12 mentees that I'm currently coaching, on real estate, fixing and flipping and stuff like that. So anything I can do to help guys, feel free to reach out. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Now we're going to go to my queen over here. Do you want to know how to build generational wealth? Do you want to understand what is the difference between a will and some other documents that you need to have in your life? This is her infomercial. Please welcome to the stage, Queen Frances.
Oh, you are so awesome, Queen Tiffany. And thank you for that introduction. So I no longer need to say what I do. And I am new to the Clubhouse as well as 10K. And Michaela introduced me about a week ago. And I have learned so much. I'm using the 10K room and other apps to develop relationships, to be part and connect community. And my vision, once I get everything up and running, and Greg has a website and all of that will be good to go by Friday. So my vision is to take my resources and the connections I made during the last 15 years in the financial industry as an advocate industry, where I went to DC quite often to meet with congressional leaders on both sides of the house to advocate for my industry. And I did make some connections. I want to use those resources as well as the resources I made corporate America with different people to see how I can introduce them. Can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, just to introduce them to all the sponsors, because I thought what you guys are doing is just mind-blowing. To see people like Sean and to see people Brian and King J and the Bill. What you guys are doing is so what's the word I'm looking for? Innovative, trendsetting, and it's going to do so much good for the community at large. And I'm just so proud to be a part of this. Thank you, Michaela, for introducing me. Thank you, 10K, Diane, Queen Tiffany, and Ursula, and all the others that's part of this community. Thank you.
Oh, I love my 10K family. We are like the Fast and Furious. We love our family. Yes. Now, I am going to ask you all something. Think about these keywords: abundance, mindset, entrepreneurship, transformation. What does that bring to mind? I don't know, but what it brings to mind is Queen Katina. Hey, are you in the house, Queen?
Hey. How are you all doing tonight? I am half asleep, but I am wide awake. Thank you so much for having me. I am so honored and happy always when I'm on the stage with you beautiful people and like-minded people. So I wanted to share this really, really quick. On Clubhouse, Clubhouse. I've been on Clubhouse probably for about, I want to say, a good 3 months. But it has been tremendous. It has helped me to step up my game. I have been sitting around trying to do my own thing on different other platforms, but here at Clubhouse, and I've even been over to the Green Room. And I don't know if many of you know of the Green Room, but it is very similar to the Clubhouse. There's some slight differences, but I came back to Clubhouse and I just said, well, it's just a culture of networking. It's the culture of being able to be pushed, to be able to shine, to be able to share, to be able to connect. And that's one of the most important things. But not only to connect, but to be able to be in a place with other like-minded people who are trying to do the same thing you do, which is to bring value, to be of service to your community, to be of service to the world, if you can. At the same time, being able to learn and regurgitate what you learn and find some kind of way and some kind of means of allowing your passions, your purpose, your value to be able to bring in some type of compensation. I was on a Zoom meeting earlier today and I used the words, my alignment money. And I say that in the realms of if you're getting monetary compensation for what you love to do, for what you find is your purpose, you are in alignment with your money. It's just not that you're just getting money or just wanting money, but when you start to be able to bring value to other people, and when you begin to tap into what it is that you want to do in order to serve someone else, and that's when you can be able to feel comfortable being compensated for it, and you are in alignment with your money. So we're all in alignment with our money, our money alignment. I wanted to share what I've been doing lately with 10K Card. I'm a new member of the 10K Card. I've had the 10K Card, and Sean was so sweet and kind and willing to share the information in such a beautiful package that, I have been sharing with others. And I found that I realized that I had a lot of paper business cards that I still had possession of, and I had tons of them. And so about 5 days ago, what I've been doing is I've been taking these business cards. I was going to throw them all out because I'm going to use them. I'm call the people, and some of them that I did call or try to contact, there may be some broken links to some the information that was on the actual paper card. So what I did was I tried to contact some of the individuals who were on these business cards and got in contact with most of them. I still have more to go through because, like I said, I have tons of them. And I began to talk with them and let them know the reason why I was contacting them is because I had their card still. And I wanted to introduce them to a better way to get their information out to individuals, partners, clients, friends, where they can be able to be contacted all in one place, where they can present who they are, what they do, what they have, what they're involved with, all in one area. And so I got some very interested people who are in communication with me currently, and we're talking back and forth so that I'm going to be sending some people over to Sean so that he can go ahead and lock them in. But I just wanted to share that in case you do have some business cards somewhere, don't discard them, but definitely contact the people and advise them so they'll know. Because a lot of us who are still utilizing, or a lot of them that are still utilizing the saying it like as if it's an old-fashioned thing, and yes, it is. Because what is going on with the 10K card, I am so proud of my beautiful king, who is, and all of those who are involved with him in partnership with this beautiful concept of having a digital business card. It's just absolutely phenomenal. And so exactly. And so I really I'm starting to see, the more that I start to see the value that this
particular concept, this 10K card is presenting, the more it fuels my fire and gives me more different avenues to be able to present.
And y'all come back at 10 o'clock in the morning, and we're going to go over that 10K card in detail, because I don't want you to get worn out over us talking about the 10K card over, because it can get thin. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to reset the room, because we got a powerhouse about to come up. Let me give y'all a little bit of taste of something here.
Don't never stop if you want to be on top, yeah.
Low waist, fat, baby, tap. Gotta wake everybody up a little bit here. Tap in. Diamonds dancing on your neck, better tap in. Gonna tap in on that 10K card. Money get rich, baby, tap in. Tap in. Oh, I just want to give you a little taste. Just a little taste now. Just a little bitty taste. I know. But I tell you what, this queen right here that's coming up, oh, yes, she did it for me today. I feel like I got an injection, because I'm on keto again, y'all. So, we have to go through a little bit of withdrawal when we're going back to the keto lifestyle. But she came up in here and dropped something real sweet and dropped the perfect thing that makes my heart sing, which is coffee. Anybody that knows me knows I love me some coffee. I like tea too, but I love me some coffee in the morning. So I tell you what, this queen right here is a powerhouse all on her own. So I'm not even going to attempt to step in over here except to tell you, get ready. Get your seatbelt ready for this queen right here. Queen Coffee, are you there? And looking all amazing. I love your hair.
Listen. I was like, who is she talking about? I'm looking around like, well, praise God. Praise the Lord. Who is she talking about? All right. And then she said, the truth of the matter is simply this. You can never have a great conversation without a good cup of coffee. So you're right about that. I share those same sentiments. But I am P. Coffee Brown, and I am the magic behind the voice. I do voice over work, and I will be doing a 10K commercial in honor of Sean and this great quest that he is on to make certain that when you guys come into these rooms and we do our commercial breaks, you'll be able to have this magic all the time, and you will never be void of a strong cup of coffee. So I'm honored and appreciative to have had an opportunity to connect with Sean and just be able to get in the wave while the water is stirred. Ironically, a couple of weeks ago, my mentor, Sean, he sent me a book. It's called The 7 Laws You Must Honor to actually have uncommon success. 7 laws you must honor to have uncommon success. And I was like, man, that sounds very interesting. So he said to me, he said, matter of fact, I'm going to send you the book. You send me the investment. I'm going to send it to you. You send me the investment. And I said, okay. So I send him the investment. He sends me the book. From the first page of the book, I didn't go to sleep for 24 hours. I literally could not go to sleep. I was like, is this what I've been missing? That's all I've been 7 laws you must honor for uncommon success. And I was like, this is getting to be ridiculous. So from that moment to today, all kinds of doors have opened up for me that just kind of freaked me out, because I was thinking, this can't be real. This got to be a joke. But the most amazing things, I met Judge Tover yesterday. Then I turned around, I met the chief of police from Dallas. Then I turned around and I was like, wait a minute, hold on. And so this morning when I woke up, Sean, and I'll share this for anybody in the room, you have to exist in the space of believing always. I had a paper in my office and I said to myself, I've got to get the additional investment to get in the affiliate program. And of course, I do my marketing dollars from January to December 31st. And so those are already spoken for. And I said, I'm going to come up with a creative way to get this $200. And I was sitting there looking at my microphone, and something said to me, you need to do a commercial for Sean. Now, ironically, it was not with the intent to get the affiliate program. It was to give him something for the value he's added to me. And I said, this would be something that would be for the balance of his human days. He can always use a commercial and repurpose it and repurpose it and repurpose it. So I said, this is going to be a life gift. So I said, okay, I'll do that and I'll submit it to him, and then he can do whatever he wants to do with the voice, and then he can add his music and all that kind of stuff, right? So at the same moment when I said that, he sends the link and says, you're now an affiliate. And all I did was laugh, because I said, you know, the laws of the creator of the universe are very real, guys. And if you don't hear anything else I say tonight, you need to understand this. There's somebody behind the scenes working on all of our behalves to make certain that we experience the best things that exist on this planet. And when you tap into that source, you'll never be void of anything else. I heard him talking about the young man that said he just wanted to eat. Well, guess what I want to do? I want to fish. I don't care about eating. I want to fish. And when you learn how to fish, you will never go hungry again. This is Coffee. I yield the mic.
Oh, Queen
Coffee, I'd like to say something. Come in for a moment.
Yes,
just to let you know that the universe really was working with you. I would say moments before, like within the hour before, I was connected with someone who has started doing voiceovers, and she's actually quite good. And I sent to her a request for her to do a commercial for my book. And it was my intent to share that information with Sean when I spoke to him next. Before I got a chance to even open my mouth, you had made that connection, had made that offer, and it was beautifully done. Had you waited 1/2 hour later, the opportunity may not have been there for you.
You have to know, I'm telling you, you have to tap in when the spirit says tap in. So if anybody wants that book, just go to coachcoffee10k.com, send me an email and say, I want the book in the subject line, and you'll be receiving it within 24 hours. It is life transformative. It won't cost you a dime, but your time. I appreciate you, Miss Ursula. I used to be the voice of Bell South years ago. I know you guys remember the Bell system, and then when they went out of business, I never really did voice work again outside of singing, and I've sung for quite a few names, but I won't put those out here right now. But nonetheless, I kind of sat on it, and when I got to Clubhouse, and people kept tapping in, Sean, and they were like, something about your voice is just, it's like really magical. And I was like, yeah, I know it's magic. But something said to me, well, if you know it's magic, then why aren't you applying what you know? And I was like, what? So I'm sitting here thinking like, okay, God, how am I going to do this? And ironically, one of my friends gave me a real secret, Ursula, and he said, this is how you do it and not have to have a whole huge investment for materials, but I will be getting those materials. So I don't know where they're coming from or how they're going to get here, but they come and they got to come. So anyway, I did a voice work for another guy. He called me. He said, oh my God, this is exceptional. Then I started doing it again. But when Sean dropped in my spirit, it was a different thought, because I watch how he carries himself, and there's never a time where he has a need. He's habitually planting seeds. And if you think about seeds, just think about the seed. When you look at an apple, and I'll yield the mic after this, you know how many seeds are in an apple? But it only started with one. It only started with one. And that one became an apple tree. And then you have countless seeds applied from that point forward. So Sean would be that seed. And think about every last person in here is the apple, which comes with our own set of seeds. Do you understand the power of that? It's called multiplication. Once you start multiplication, then you can take over the entire universe. Like literally, all we need is $1 from a billion people, we'll be a billionaire, period. $1. 1 billion people, that's a billionaire. How do we get to $1? Through the digital world, period. And you have to have this card in order to become relevant. It's imperative. It's imperative. And I'll say this. I sent it to my son and my daughter. They're millennials. One is 23, one is 18. My daughter literally said to me, oh, from now on, all I have to do is put this on my homepage anywhere that I'm at. I can just get them to get the QR and they'll have everything they need for our companies. She's 18 and understood immediately the power of this card. Do you guys understand the contactless portion of this is I can't even explain it. We are in a contactless age and we're going to stay there. We're not going to get away from that part. So you guys, you have to have the 10K card, period, point blank. It's non-negotiable. It's not up for option. It's a mandatory asset for your digital presence. This is Coffee. I appreciate the opportunity to serve and I yield the mic.
Oh, did y'all feel that? I felt it right there. Oh my goodness. Here's the question. Would you rather have $1 million or a magical penny that doubles in value for 31 days? Think about that.
The penny.
$1 million or a penny that doubles in value for 31 days.
Give me the
and the answer, yes.
Can you add another variable?
The penny. Why? Because on day 31 is 10,737.
Yes.
You got over almost $11 million just by using the penny example, or as we call it out here in these real estate streets, compounding, the art of compounding. Oh, yes, we got some powerhouses in the building, and that is because they know how to add, and they also, more importantly, know how to what? Multiply. Oh, we love it. Yes, absolutely. Oh, thank you, Queen Coffee. Didn't I tell y'all she was a fresh cup of coffee? My favorite flavor in the morning, coffee. I don't care what flavor. French vanilla doesn't matter. Coffee. Give me some caffeine. Oh, I love it. Thank you all so very much for being here in the 10KCARDS house. It's actually time to reset the room, and the queen herself, my partner and I won't say in crime, my partner in heaven here on earth is Queen Ursula. And I'm going to pass the baton over to Queen Ursula because you all don't know. This woman is full of wisdom and knowledge and understanding and some life experiences. And she is a financial powerhouse all in of her. So she's hiding all them gifts out, but she's slowly bringing it out for us. Queen Ursula, are you in the building, in the house?
Yes, and I was enjoying you and all the wonder that you are bringing to the table tonight. Okay, so let's see who's
Queen
next.
Jocelyn was up next.
Okay, Jocelyn.
Her coach is actually working in the back office.
Okay, thank you. Jocelyn, tell us about your experience.
Queen Jocelyn, are you there? Oh, she might have stepped away.
Okay.
But you know the powerhouse is coming up next. Oh, let me go get some more coffee.
All right, and the next person that you will be hearing from is Bernadette Floyd. Hi, Bernadette.
Hello. Are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Excellent. Thank you. I'm so glad to be here because what I found is I'm loving to see the growth and the connections that we have here in the 10K BAM and J-Lo family. Because quick story about me, I grew up as a PK, preacher's kid, politician's kid, a big heavy hitter politician's kid, but I kind of shrank because of the responsibility that I didn't want to have back then. But as Coffee was saying, it's a matter of accepting who you are and accepting where your destiny. And that's how I got here on Clubhouse. If it had not been for the awesome being seen by a visually impaired hip-hop legendary super bad Dr. Dre of Yo MTV Raps. He's super bad now. He's blind, an amputee, and a type 2 diabetic, reversed mid-COVID last year. He saw something in me, that visionary who just gets all these ideas and things to do that he can connect me to and whatnot, and said, okay, I you're teaching me something. He thought, if you can teach me something, I definitely stick with you. And I was impressed, and really that's what it took for the Most High to get me out of shrinking myself, because I have a great King Darius, son with Asperger's that I'm bringing up. I had to get out of that, and I was like, Dr. Dre sees me, but I'm a poet, but he's blind, but he sees what he sees in me. So I met him through futurist visionary H-Dub from 20 years ago, who saw me when I had this little guy that I didn't know was going to turn out to be the Renaissance guy, and he saw me. And then it's a matter of, I'll tell people here, Clubhouse is a great way to get out of your imposter syndrome if you have it, to accept into yourself and get into alignment with the people that I used to call way back on Facebook. I used to say divine connections, and I became the divine connector when I embraced that I have this knack for connecting people to opportunities. So I would speak to anybody who wants to be a budding social super entrepreneur, and you're finding your way, like I did. I was finding my way when I came onto this Clubhouse. H-Dub told me to get on. Dr. Dre told me to get on because they heard something in me that I wasn't quite hearing myself. And I met Bam, and Bam talked his voice kind of like my voice if I ever gave myself a chance to be the genius that I am. And so I definitely said, text this number, blah, blah, blah. He said, hey, 601, blah, 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 I got you. I did it right away. And then I listened to him. I was stimulated by people like myself, and I met 10K. And since I'm all over the place, as Dr. Dre knows, that as I was accepting myself, 10KCARDS helped me to accept and embrace whatever the Most High, the most divine intellect has for me, infinite intelligence has for me. I can put it on that 10K card. So still coming out of my shell, I've grown a great deal. I've loved the fact that I can accept myself, and that when I accept myself, doors open. Because I'm accepting my divine purpose and who I'm supposed to be here on this planet, reconnecting with my community, with nonprofits. Like I said, I was raised by somebody that was a heavy hitter in the community who cared. Because I'll say this, we were talking about our geniuses being waking up, my own words. We're all geniuses, but some of us are raised by people, and we get inspired to do. And then sometimes we shrink like I did. And then there are some who we need to go back to the community to give back to. If you can inspire me to accept myself like 10K does, if I can pay that forward and inspire someone, or someone can hear my ramblings and hear their own ramblings and genius within them, I'll do that. But I'll take it a step further and connect to nonprofit organizations to go back to the communities that I cannot help, to the geniuses who may need that meal so they won't be hangry, because I'm a different person when I'm hungry and angry. People tell me, hey, go eat. But the stomach has been known to have a second brain in it. And I cry for my people to think that those that have to be hungry for more than one night or day or generation. And you have to raise children in the state that you're in. If you're raising children in a state of hangriness, that is what they'll be. Then they'll cuss out. Then the parents will come cuss out a teacher like me for too much homework, because in reality, the genius cannot come home and be created to raise a genius. So what I'm saying is, these founders who are on these stages are actually giving back to the geniuses to create a shift that we are feeling here on Clubhouse. And you may not know that, but I'm just going to challenge the ones who are accepting themselves to accept themselves and open these doors so that we can touch communities that have quiet geniuses who may be beyond hangry, pissed off, generation after generation, and we just give them a chance to become entrepreneurs with 3 streams of income, or 4, as independent business owners. We don't say that maybe, but social entrepreneurs. This is one way, and our families are built by people that think like us on this Clubhouse. You be wise in who you choose. Get that 10K card. Put all your stuff on there. If you detail stuff, and you also do T-shirts, and you also are a musician, put the card detail and everything on there, whatnot, and then put your dream on there, which you're inspired to be as well, on that card, and it will come to fruition. Because I've been manifesting ever since I've been speaking with these individuals on this platform, and I said that I would meet people that could help lift me up. So I am long-winded, PK, preacher's kid, and a politician's kid. So I've apologized, and I'm from Mississippi too, y'all. So with that y'all right there, that's it. This is Bernadette, and I am done speaking. Bam, 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 10K bam. That is it. And I just wanted to say that. Love you all.
Love you, Bernadette. Okay, it's Rachel. Can you hear me?
Yes, Rachel, I can hear you, Queen.
You're a P2K.
I'm a P2K. Oh.
A double PK.
I'm a double PK. Pow, pow. Pew, pew. Okay.
Also, Bernadette, there was something that you said that resonated with me. When you said, allow the genius in you to come forth, it reminded me of my favorite part of Think and Grow Rich, and it's the part that says, I know I have the ability to achieve the objects of my desire, but I promise myself that I will take persistent action to make them come true. And I know I'm paraphrasing right now, but that is what resonated with me with what you said. You know you bad. You know it.
I love that book. I love Napoleon Hill because the other night I said, what happens in those 10K rooms and the BAM rooms late at night are the mastermind alliances where we create that new mind, that mindset. That's what comes with the card. I forgot. We can talk about the card and the business aspect of it, but alignment and relationships and divine connections are real. If you are stuttering and stumbling on even things like a domain or just trying to just speak to someone, no other card, digital business card that I know of, you can back channel me if you do know of one that will bring relationships like this card does and like Bam.eco does, and I will stand corrected. But as far as I know, you will not get equipped to establish that wish business that you have without these you have these relationships. They happen, they work, and that's a part of the card that we sometimes forget about it because when we say family, we mean it. And Think and Grow Rich is the book that I'm finally to this point. Ursula, you're gonna love this because when I was mad at Napoleon for asking this question, you have to find your definite sense of purpose. Yes, I didn't have it at first. But now, working, like I said, I found that I need to get back to the community to help nonprofit organizations. And when I found out, when I could relate to being hangry and being out of my own mind, and I could relate it to that's what a genius is going through, that's when I stopped being upset about not having a definite sense of purpose. Because I found my definite sense of purpose when I accepted who I am and what I've been equipped with connecting people to opportunities and hearing people's storytelling, and then saying, I got something for you. I have someone for you. I finally found my definite sense of purpose after 4 or 5 years of listening to the book. I got it. So I'm glad you brought that book up because I actually, I listened to it over and over again. So I will go back for that passage as well.
Great. Thank you. And next up is Paul, and I said I was, okay, Darivi?
Close enough, Jerafeed. Hey, did my friend James speak yet? I see he's right next to me.
He's not with me, but James, wherever you are, have you spoken yet?
Hey, how you doing, Noah?
Okay. And you need to make an adjustment because we can't hear you very well.
And then he's in the Matrix. James, you want to try that again? Well, okay.
Better?
Oh. Yeah, better.
There you go.
No, I haven't spoke. I was really kind of just listening. The reason why I came into the room is because I seen Big Jonathan up there at the top, and I'm usually in the room with him, with Nelson, and I just like to sit back and listen. So I was rolling on my way home, and that's how I got in here. But I've just been listening. I'm really amazed. This is my first time really hearing about the 10K card, but a little bit about myself. I'm a big community guy. I love paying it forward. I love giving back. So I have two businesses. One nonprofit that we have, we started it off housing like parolees, probationers, that type of thing. And, we're not into that anymore as far as with the housing piece after about 13, 12 years. Now we're more so into just giving back to our youth. I think that's where it's at. That's where my heart is. I love Napoleon Hill, like the young lady was speaking of, is finding that passion, finding that thing that's burning inside of you, and having that positive mental attitude. And so for me, it's really the young people. What can I leave behind to impact them and, the fatherless generation? And so that's what my passion is, but how Clubhouse has impacted me. My good friend Paul that's here, he's the one that invited me to this app. It was weeks and weeks. He kept telling me about this app and to get on there, and man, it's going to be life changing. And I just kept running from it. And then finally, one day when I got on there, I didn't even have a bio, but I was just staying in the cut, just listening to everybody speak for hours at a time, getting so much value. And so I mentioned that I had two companies. So the second one, like, I just had stuff, I was just like in neutral. But since I've been on Clubhouse, like, I've gotten busy. I've wrote over 15 curriculums. We're talking about like probably less than a lot, but I've done everything just through voice, and a lot of things are moving. Just simply because of Clubhouse has kicked me in the butt. It's motivated me. It's made me go out there and finish up with the things that I needed to do. It made me formulate another LLC and get that rolling. And so I'm excited about that. And, we're doing one-on-one. We gave away 5 backpacks in the most despaired area in California where I'm at, up here on the hill, called Adelanto. We gave away 500 backpacks. It's a serious area. When you think of it, it's like what? It's very bad area. And, it just feels good because I got a chance to connect with parents and kids out there that needed it. And so it gave me an idea. And, I was listening to Clubhouse, so we started a company where we do one-on-one coaching with parents, teaching all of the different skills that they need, from financial literacy to, communication skills to these kids. And so the cool thing is now I'm going to stop because there's so much. But I'm going to just tell you, this app is amazing. And now I'm learning a new thing tonight about the 10K app. I'm in love with it. I wanted to find out a little bit about the 10K. Everything that I heard was amazing. I got so many business cards. I got thousands and thousands of business cards, paper business cards, from myself and from other people that I've met over the years. I'm a hoarder, so I save everything. And so this digital app sounds super great. Hopefully you guys can hear my heart. I'm just speaking from the heart. So thank you guys for just allowing me to speak in this amazing room. Anytime I get a chance to come up on the stage, I don't take it lightly. But I love to try and give any type of experience. And so thank you guys.
And thank you for your patience, because we needed to hear that. And my daughter is a teacher, so I understand what hard it takes to even to work in that arena at all. And whatever you're touching the life of children, it's amazing. And Paul tossed and took up James. James mentioned John, so we have James, Paul, and John in the house. The spirit. Paul, would you take it on?
Yes. Well, first of all, let me just say I'm just so proud of James. Just, my heart just bursts. And there's two things that most people don't know about James. Well, he used to do rap songs, and he did a rap video. And my grandkids, they got a really huge kick out of it, because I was the record producer that basically sent him away like, nah, you're not good enough. So that was really funny, playing that little bit. And then I'm sure
those two little boys running and embracing each other. Yeah, that was James and me years ago. I'm just kidding about that. James, when I see you, okay, we're making that video, two big guys running, embracing, because, I just love this guy. And when I get together with people like Bam last week, I think I'm like a broken record. Speaking of records, I say the same thing. It's like, Bam, we're going to change the world. We're going to change LA. We're going to make things happen. James, we're going to change the world. Coffee. When I come to Houston, we're having coffee and Tex-Mex, and we're going to change the world. Jonathan up there, same thing. You follow me? That's the only prerequisite. It's like, yeah, I've got a few friends in this room, but I have a feeling I'm making a lot more. So that's all I have to say tonight. But
Paul, you can't leave like that, Paul. You got to share with what you do in regards to the furniture industry and what we are going to do regarding building pool tables. Well, watch this, James.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Here we go. We're going to make some very high-end pool tables. I'm going to do whatever it takes to train. We got the CEO of Netflix that says he'll fund it. And then we have another gentleman up in San Francisco wanting to fund. I'm not going to have any ownership. I'm just going to help get it off the ground. We're going to get some professional athletes, people that can afford $100,000, $200,000 tables. And it's going to be amazing. And then we're going to play some pool. And then we're going to have a clubhouse meetup at the Pacific Design Center over at my friend 11 Ravens. We're going to play more pool. And one day I'd like to do a triathlon. So everyone in LA needs to brush up on their billiards, on their poker, and on their shuffleboard. And we'll do that over at the Pacific Design Center. We'll have a lot of fun. So, I don't know. We talked about a lot of other things, and I look forward to meeting again with Mr. J. He's done some incredible things with government, with GSA schedules, and gosh, I just love that man. Just met him first time. There was one other gentleman, was it Brian? Brad, the most incredible guy. Now, this proves a point that I made. You could go to a mega church and be lonely and not know anyone, because at the end of the meeting, I just admired Brad so much, and then he said, "Oh, by the way, I go to such and such a church," and I said, "Oh yeah, that's my church. We go to the same church." Never met. So Clubhouse is amazing. It's magical. People open up. I believe we are designed to talk to each other and to fellowship, and sadly, sometimes we don't get that even at church where we should. But I think this is a great outlet for all of us. And you know what? I'll talk to anyone anytime, and reach out. Been in business 48 years. I know a couple of things. You're struggling in business, reach out. I'll help you. I'm not a coach, so I'm not going to charge anything. So, again, no offense on coaches that do it for a living, but I'm just happy to share my experience. God's blessed, freely He's given, freely I need to give out. So I think that's all. I'm done, and I'm complete in Christ. What do we got? Crickets?
No, Paul, you dropped the mic.
I'm so sorry. I'm just going on and on and on. Let me tell you what I just said. I said, it sounds like the heart matches the smile. You started out by taking care of someone, then you told us about how big that how big that effort of taking care of people really goes. So thank you very much for that. Nikita.
Hello. Thank you very much for inviting me to speak. I'm winding down here in Houston, Texas. My name is Nikita Jones. I am a realtor here in the Houston and surrounding areas, licensed throughout the state of Texas. And I am also a 10K card holder. Not utilizing it to the extent that I could be and should be, but I'm going to get better. I'm going to be in the room tomorrow morning, if the Lord says the same, to just get some more information on to how to share it and how to benefit not only me by sharing it, but the people that I share it with, because I think it's a great asset to business. And I'm just continuing to learn. I just every time I'm here, I just feel the love from everybody, and just inspired to be better, do better, and I just enjoy being here. So thank you very much for having me. And I'm Nikita Jones, and I'm complete for now.
And Nikita, we enjoy having you too.
Thank you.
Marsha.
Good night, everyone. Thank you for having me another night. I am a real estate agent broker in New York. Just happy to be, well, let me say this. What Coffee Brown said earlier resonated with me for the night. I believe when God sends you someplace, you go. You know, you don't do what you want to do. You do what He wants you to do. And about 2 weeks now, I think it's 2 weeks since I have been a part of the Clubhouse community and also a part of the 10K community. And everything about what I was doing prior to that has changed. I just did almost like a 360. So I am happy that God sent me and led me to Clubhouse and to the 10K community family. I'm excited. I'm happy. Where I think I am going. And I appreciate the opportunity to be in the presence of such inspirational, just wonderful people. And that's pretty much it for tonight. I am complete. Thank you all.
And thank you. You do realize that we are a unit, and that unit includes you. So we are you, you are us. Daphne. 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 Okay. So, to the wise CEO.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Back to
ready
you.
to rock. Oh, I know sometimes it's hard, y'all, but you know what's weird? As soon as 12 o'clock comes, I'll say, hey, guys, are y'all tired? Is it ready? Is it time to go? Valley or someone will pop in and say, Tiffany, can you get that beat? I'm like, come on. Of course I can. So you had to figure 8-figure based on that. The PG version. Y'all have no idea. I got some toys over here I can't wait to get into. I'm like, I'm going to learn level 2 of this thing. You could never take mine. End up on a date line. With no date job. Get your wild. Always on the fourth side. Big millionaire boys want to eat me out. On the West Coast, they want to go down south. All you lame little rappers trying to for clout. I won't let him do, but he can put it in his mouth. Low waist, fat, baby, tap in. Tap in. Diamonds dancing on your neck, better tap in. While we were in this room, we were getting some high-end, high-level links about what's coming in the 10KCARDS house family. And my mind was being blown. And I'm like, I know Queen Ursula. I know why she couldn't come on the channel, because her mind was being blown, you guys. 10K, I'm like, 10K, do you sleep? Do you sleep? I mean, seriously, do you ever sleep? I'm pretty sure a text is coming at 3 a.m. and I didn't see it till the next morning. Does the brother sleep? No, because he is a machine. He is a machine. And he cares so much about all of us. He wants us to have the very best that he can give us. And so that's why we're all here in support of the 10KCARDS family, because we are all family. We like the fast and furious. Don't nobody mess with our family, because we're going to be number one all the time. So I'm really, really excited. And more importantly, I'm excited for everyone who took out the time to just be here and come and love on us and love on each other. And oh, I cannot wait to see you all at the Clubhouse Miami. Oh my goodness, you guys. I am so excited. I have made the decision that I am going to ignore the fact that I did have a birthday this year because I was on lockdown, and that's not how I plan to spend it. So next time in January, you all are going to see me with my birthday crown and my sachet. You'll see everything. You'll see like, what, Tiffany, didn't you turn 50 last year? I turned 50 again this year. We're going to forget that 51 is here. No. Last year don't count. And we're going to turn it up and turn it out. And I promise you, I'm going to make up for all of that. So I'm really, really excited. So I just want to send the love out to you all. And, you know, it's my hope that, you know, while we're there, that everybody can just join in and just celebrate, because we've all made so many sacrifices this past year. And I'm just really excited to be a part of the 10KCARDS family. One of the things that I hadn't shared because I was waiting, and I was like, I want to tell them that right now. But, you know, when your soul starts stirring, you're like, come on, you got to share it. You know, when I joined Clubhouse, like everyone else, I downloaded the app. I'm like, I don't know what that is. It's kind of strange. I'm seeing icons everywhere. Okay, that's weird. Let me put this down. It's just another thing to learn. And then a month ago, I said, all right, let me go in, because I'm now starting to see it in news reports, and online articles. And I'm like, okay, what really is Clubhouse? I think I downloaded that. So I went looking for one of the apps in my vault that I downloaded and never look at. And I started tapping into rooms. And this time I didn't come in at night. See, last time I was traumatized because it was 3 o'clock in the morning, and somebody pinged me and I downloaded it. And then when I saw, I was like, that's not my personality. I don't know what's going on over there, but I'm just probably not going to do this. It must be a dating app. So once I got back in during the day, I saw the business room, and I saw that business was being handled. And I jumped in because that day I was feeling so disconnected from the world, because since this whole COVID situation and coming home to work, you know, I've redecorated rooms and revamped and just done basically a whole reno project. I'm like, well, there's nothing else to do here. So what now? Well, what now is I had to face the fact that I'm at home, working from home. I only see my coworkers and the secretaries and everything maybe once or twice a month when I have to go in. And sometimes I'll go in after hours just to pick up mail. And just, you know, it's sad to me that my life has changed so drastically, because I'm a very social person, or at least I used to be. And I found myself wondering, do I still have words? Because there were days I would go to bed at night not having said a word to a living soul. And I would just be reading contracts all day and pushing paper. And man, this is not the existence I want. I gotta shake some things up. And so I got on Instagram first, and I learned Instagram and liked it. And then I'm like, well, but these people are only talking to me really one way because it's live, and you can't really have a two-way conversation unless they're trying to read all the dialogue boxes. I'm like, I need a way to communicate with people, because I'm losing the King's English, the language. I remember how to speak to people, because I feel like I talk to them in contract speak, because that's all I do all day, read contracts. And I'm like, okay, my friends are like, Tiffany, are you okay? Because when they're asking questions, I'm talking to them like I'm reading the contract. So I said, let me get on Clubhouse, because I need social interaction even during the day when I'm working, because I feel so disconnected from life. And I felt myself slipping into a depression. And as anyone that knows me knows, it's not my personality. I'm pretty much like I am on Clubhouse in my real world out here with my friends. And then with Clubhouse, I became very withdrawn. I felt like I was more of an introvert, and it just wasn't me. I'm not a super extrovert. I'm one of these that, you know, I'll sit there and you'll think I'm quiet, and then you'll ask a question, and boom, you're like, oh, you're not quiet at all.
Did you say boom, or did you say bam? I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, thank you so much, my brother, for that correction. I said bam. And, you know, I jumped on a dating app one time, and then I realized it was out of sheer loneliness. And I said, you know, I can't be on this app. So I said, I sent my little goodbye message to people I was talking to because I was just looking for social interaction. I'm like, you people have no idea. I have no interest in any of you. I just want conversation. And I felt like it was so sad. So I said, I'm getting off. And they were like, no, come back. I was like, no, I'm not your therapist. Thank you. But yeah, this is all wrong. My motivations are purely for communication. And you guys are looking for someone to date. I'm sorry. So I hopped over here on Clubhouse, and what I found was unexpected. I did not expect to have as deep a connection with those, especially in the 10KCARDS family, and those who are connected that I didn't even know were in the family. But I just knew that every room I went into, I started seeing the same faces. And I started listening to everything that you were saying, and I felt like I was connected again. I listened to Jonathan one day, and I'm like, here's the guy that's real. Here's the guy that wants to help people, and he's in finance, and he's not trying to hurt them. Because on my side of things, I see so much pain, and I'm looking at documents like this is going to hurt so many people. And it makes you wonder, are you working for the devil at times? I'm like, I got to make a change. I got to get out here because I got to see that people who are like me are compassionate like me, care like me. I'm not weird because I care, because sometimes you'll get in this place where you're wondering, is something wrong with you because you care so much? And you don't want people to be hurt, even if you're behind the scenes and they don't know that you got control over contracts and you're making financial decisions on their behalf because you're just pushing paper. And I tell you, it was like therapy for me. And it was wonderful because I'm like, okay, maybe I need to go to a therapist, because I felt so closed off to the world. And what I found was empowerment. I found family. I found people that care. And 10K came along. I believe he was in the real estate syndicate room, yes. Because I kept going back there, and I don't know what I was looking for. I was just listening. And my emoji was different. I don't even remember what my emoji was, actually. But I was just listening, and what I heard in his voice, even though I heard about the 10K card, I started looking, I'm like, what's up with this 10K card? Is this like a Clubhouse app or something I need to go download? And then someone said, and I got this card from this guy named 10K. I'm like, okay, I saw it somewhere. And when I searched and scanned, and he was talking one day, I'm like, that's the guy they're talking about. Okay, now I get it. But what I heard in his voice was more than just about a 10K card. I heard a man who was really adamant about helping people. And it was like, he's not taking no for an answer. He's asking people questions about their passions because he's leading them somewhere. He's leading them to a pathway to find out that gold is inside of them. He's digging through all the muck and the mire and the cloudiness and gray to get to the gold. And not just to get to the gold, to help them see the gold in them. That is a very rare gift that I've seen very few times in my lifetime. And I've been a lot of places, from DC all the way to Hollywood, and I can tell you it's a rare quality. And I know a lot of people may hear him and say, oh, he's so harsh. No. He's saying, how can you leave this planet without depositing that gift in you? That's what I heard, even though he didn't say it. How can you leave this planet without depositing what God put inside of you? It's a tragedy. It's like he's fighting for that gift in you. I haven't seen that in a really long time. So naturally, I followed him over to the 10KCARDS room because I wanted to figure out how to get a 10K card. And at the time, I was thinking, well, okay, I've seen a lot of technology. It's probably going to cost about $1,000. That was what was in my mind, because I know technology is already put together, and all you got to do is walk in the door and get it done for you. Then there are people doing it. So, yeah, people told me stuff like that. It's $1,000. So when he told me how much it was, I'm like, that's it? You're fighting for the life of an entrepreneur over, and that's it? Oh, he had my heart at that point. And I'm like, okay, that's my brother. Even though he's a fighter, he's a warrior, I'm like, okay, I want to be connected to him. And I've never shared this story, not even with 10K. because I get really emotional when you touch my heart like that. Because I'm like the Fast and Furious. The most important thing to me is family. It's really important. And because, and I was sharing with this with Queen Ursula earlier, I told her she was describing someone she's connected to who doesn't really have a stable home, and how they're moved around, and how she prays over them. And she's like, she's really young. And she said, I feel so comforted because for some reason, Tiffany, I feel like she's going to be okay because it's like I see you. And I said, what you don't know is God was sharing with you who I am. People don't know I was bounced from home to home. I had no parents. I had parents, but not really. I was the parent of my parents. And by God's grace, I wasn't abused or hurt. But God had his hand on me. And I told her, I said, I always knew who I was because he always put very strong people in my life to lead me where I needed to go. And I was smart enough to follow the one who had my best interest at heart, who wanted the best for me. I'm still following. Like I said, I followed 10K into that room. You never know what deposits you're putting inside of somebody. And it all started because Jonathan came onto the stage and he started telling the truth. The truth that I understood because of my he started telling the truth. And that got my attention because I've heard a whole lot out here. And I know how to recognize something that ain't quite adding up. It's just a gift. Because I've heard a lot of promises that have been broken in my life. And I told her today, I said, that little girl's going to be just fine because she's me. I said, you had no idea what you were saying to me, but I did. Because when God's hands on you, you're not going to miss a beat. You don't need a parent. He was my parent. And I can tell you I'm strong today because I've had to fight for myself my whole life. And he's never let me down. And he's always sent people to undergird me and watch over me. And I got some big brothers from Clubhouse that I never thought I had. And they're really protective of me. And I am very thankful because they don't know all of my story. But they know bits and pieces because as I get to know them and they keep encouraging me, I'm laying a lot of things down that I just put in little Tiffany boxes and put away. Because now I can afford those Tiffany boxes for myself. I don't need anyone to get it for me. But the most important thing to me, I give all that away. The most important thing to me, because I've searched for it my whole life. And I can tell you, these people really care. Because I've met a lot of people who don't, and I can tell you again. I don't know how I got off on that, but I can tell you that I want you to know that this is more than just someone telling you something. There's a lot of rooms on Clubhouse I tip into. I'm like, Lord have mercy, the MLM spirit is strong with you. We can watch Shark Tank if we want to see that stuff. We're coming in here for the real. And it is my prayer that everybody understands, and I said this today, and I meant that. I came in here looking for the answer to George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, and Breonna Taylor. Because I got off of Instagram after that trauma, and I said, I got to go somewhere where I can find the answers, because I ain't finding it over here. Because I need God to raise up billionaires who look like me, because there needs to be compensation, not for someone giving you something. I need to see earned compensation and God's glory coming through my brothers and sisters, not just black brothers and sisters, all of us who believe that everybody should be treated right, regardless of color. I need to see compensation for George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and Ahmaud Arbery. That's why I'm here. I don't get paid to do this. We don't get paid to do this. None of us do. But we're here because we want to answer the call of the universe because of those three spirits that are no longer with us. And we need to see change that we, as a whole human world, as humanity can see it, we need to see change, regardless of race, creed, or color. Because I can tell you, I would take Greg Garcia into any battle with me, and he would protect me like his life depended on it. And he don't look like me because he checks on me. He's like, "Everything good, sis?" And he looks nothing like me. I said, "You're my brother from another mother," because I know that he cares about me. These people care about one another. That's definitely worth the price of admission to me. And they didn't ask me for a dime. I just came running. So I just want to give you your flowers now because it really means a lot to me because I needed answers, not just for those three, but answers for my journey. And I'm very, very, very proud of everything, even the hard times I've been through, because now I can give back and I can help. And when I hear your stories or your struggles, I can relate to that. Don't let the Louis Vuitton red bottom wearing bougie princess or whatever you see on an app fool you. I've struggled and I'm very humble and I'm very thankful. But I offer no apologies for who my creator made. And I'm very humbled by all of you. And I love all of you. You better take it before, because I'm going to go blow my nose. I done messed up my face.
Well, I was going to say, I need some Tiffany sprinkle dust about right now. And I was over here tearing up. Just before you, okay. What I wanted to say, Tiffany, is the clock is at 111, and I understand that is the sign of angels. So it's actually, it's 11:11. Yeah. But it's 10:11 here. Are you in the Midwest? No. East Coast.
That's East Coast.
Oh, because it's only 10:11 here, so it must be, you're 1:11. 1:11. Okay. Well, the angel number is 11:11, but then it is 1-2. Yes, you're right. Ursula, before you go, though, I wanted to just say I was so honored, and I am now a member of the 10KCARDS group. A selfless individual gifted me, and I want him to know that I will utilize my circle of influence to the fullest. Every businessman in first class will be knowing about 10KCARDS in different countries, and my friends here in LA. I'm just excited just to spread the word about this magical gift, and I appreciate being in the room tonight, and it's propelling me forward to go ahead and do the things that I wish to do. So I just want to thank Sean Viciousness for his just his altruism and just for being a genuinely good human being. Thanks so much. And thank you. So, Charlotte, if you would like to speak, it is now your turn, and thank you for your patience. Charlotte? Okay. Well, if there's anyone else that would like to speak that's in the audience, you can raise your hand, and you've heard a lot, so I suspect you got a lot to think about. I love you, ladies. You are so awesome. I just wanted to also just say to Tiffany, thank you for sharing your heart, your vulnerability, and everything. And I can relate so much to what you shared. Last year was not an easy year at all. And this app, as well as other groups like it, I think it's been so instrumental for us keeping our mind and sanity together, being able to communicate without going outside, being able to still have community is so valuable. So thank you, Tiffany, for sharing your heart, sharing with us what you're doing and what you see, because I believe that vision that you shared with us as far as is right there for all of us to continue to step in and to walk into that room with you together. So thank you for sharing. I just wanted to say that real quick.
Praise Yahweh. Queen, before I close out for the night, I've done more hours in Clubhouse today than I think ever since I've been on the app. But it's been a wonderful day, number one. Number two, Queen Tiffany, as one of your newest brothers from another mother, thank you so much for being vulnerable. Thank you so much for sharing. We so appreciate you. And then for Queen Rachel, she's still in the room. Where is Rachel? Is she still in the room?
She's up
there. She is. Okay, there you are. Watch this. Here's what I want you to do, Queen. And anyone else in Southern California, I want you to hit my BAM and then go down to my Instagram. Click that. At the top of my Instagram, click 10kbam.com. And then over to the left, scroll down and you will see bam.eco events. Click that. That's going to take you into our event. So we do a Clubhouse room where we explain what BAM is all about every Tuesday at 9 a.m. Pacific time. We're going to actually do an amazing dissection of the N-word soon. I don't have the date yet. It's coming soon. And then what we do have a date for, we're doing a Clubhouse R&B party and collaboration event with the celebrity DJ Lonzo. Lonzo is the gentleman that discovered Dr. Dre, Eazy-E, and Ice Cube. Lonzo's the club owner that was in the movie Straight Outta Compton. Lonzo did not want to do gangster rap, denigrating our sisters and our brothers with the N's, the B's, and the H's. He wanted to do love songs. So their top hit under the Wrecking Crew was the Michelet song, Turn Out the Light. That was her biggest hit, which was a love song. That's what Lonzo wanted to do. So we're doing a party at the French Quarter in Bellflower. So if you're in Southern Cal, right off the 91 freeway at Bellflowers, 2 blocks north of the 91 freeway, easy to get to, we're having a party. And it's on September the 25th at 5 to 9 p.m. We're going to do something special for all the 10K members that come and the BAM.eco members that come, the payment processing members that come, the Don Pill members. We're going to do something special. We don't know what we're going to do yet, but we're going to do something special. And it's so reasonable. It's $50, including food. It's going to be an amazing collaborative event. And so I just wanted to share that with you. You mentioned Los Angeles, so put that on your calendar. And Paul, put it on your calendar, man. Come on.
I'll be in Spokane. Sorry, bro. I'll be in Spokane.
Well, send your representative.
Yeah.
There you go. So I just wanted to share that with you before I close out, because I think, someone correct me if I'm wrong, this is the first West Coast, quote unquote, clubhouse, quote unquote, party. There might have been, there was a business event for the real estate folk in Long Beach. I remember that was going down. But party, it's going to be a party. Just come out and have some drinks and some food. Food is included. And it's going to be a party. We're going to do something, we'll break the monotony on the party. We'll do a little bit of business with those who are 10K members, those that are payment members, and those that are BAM and PIL members. They'll get an opportunity to say something, but it's going to be a party. I'm Brian Franklin, and I want to thank you all so much for spending your time with us. And in respect and appreciation for the BAM members that are in the room at this moment, excuse me, I'm Brian Franklin. And I approve that message, and I'm done speaking. BAM. BAM.
Now, on the East Coast, what time is that party? In Miami, our code shouldn't be different, but you said 5 to 9 is that Pacific Standard Time?
That's definitely Pacific time.
Pacific time. Got it. Yes, thank you.
And we'll do some clubhouse thing also, so you guys can participate in some way. But it's going to be a party. It's going to be an R&B party. Come and have some fun and meet Lonzo. Some of his friends will be there. We're going to try to get Dr. Dre in the house, Ice Cube, or one of those guys. And because Ice Cube is actually one of our spokespeople for our
private equity fund. So chances we can get Ice Cube there. We have a $420 million private equity fund that hasn't matured yet, but Ice Cube is the spokesperson for that. Floyd Mayweather's on the team under our AfricanEconomicsMatter.com, which is a digital credit card. Floyd is the spokesperson. So we've got some very powerful, super rich folk who are quote unquote part of our collaborative. I'm Brian Franklin. Go ahead, Quinn.
Oh, don't go just yet. Do you have a flyer for it yet? Have you all produced like your marketing material for the September 26th event?
No, we're actually setting up our payment, and once that's done, then we'll do the flyer. Either we're going to do it, 10K is going to do it, Lon's going to do it, or one of us. We all have graphic artists, so whoever does it is fine. That's the easy part.
Make sure we have that info. Thank you.
Oh, indeed. You have the date, you have the time, so you can put that on the calendar. And we're going to do something special for, again, BAM members, something special for 10K members, something special for payment, something special for the pill method. But I will say this. Our goal is to sell it out pretty quickly. The capacity is 300 at $50. I think that should be pretty easy, in my humble opinion. And so if it's all us 100%, it's going to make it so much more fun. So there you have it. I'm Brian Franklin, and I approve that message. Y'all know where I'm going. It's
I
meditation.
gotta give you kudos. You hung in there today.
I did today, man.
You hung in there. I'm gonna have to give you your award right now. I mean, you hung in there. I'm shocked.
It's meditation.
There must have been a nap in there somewhere, but you've been on the house all day today. I'm just like,
pretty
wow.
much. It's been amazing. What 10K and Jason and Jared, Phil and us, what we're putting together for this clubhouse space in regards to economic models to create wealth with people of lack first in the mindset, and then everyone is always welcome in everything that I do. This is something that there's a change getting ready to happen in this clubhouse happening, also in the world. And Paul had the pleasure, and I had the pleasure of meeting him. Let me give you a real quick story, you guys, regarding Paul, because he's so humble. I so appreciate him. I ain't gonna talk about any personal stuff. I only talk about business. So me and my partner, we're having a meeting. We had scheduled it a week prior to Paul calling me and asking if I could help him with the desire to put a manufacturing facility in the hood. He had no idea I played pool. And he beat me, by the way, when we played at the pool hall. But that was on a Wednesday. I was having a meeting with my partner on Thursday. Our partner, as Paul knows, he's a multi-billion-dollar contractor for the United States of America. He was the number one guy. So all the work that Halliburton didn't want, it pretty much came to him first. Sole source, too. So he didn't have to bid for anything. It's like unheard of, actually. And he was making hundreds of millions, and he was get a $2 billion deal to do something for the government. And there were some challenges, however, to get to the bottom line. So based on what Paul said to me, and him being a GSA provider for the government, and another one of our first investor, a gentleman named Brad Reese, he was also a government contractor. I said, you know what? Since Brad was our first investor back in 2007 or 8, I don't remember now. And since Mr. J owns 54% of our company, he's a billionaire, why not give up 54%? What he said to me when we were closing the deal, he said, hey, Brian, here's what I know. I don't know the internet, and I know you do. And he said, and any business that I invest in, I have to control it. And I says, well, Mr. J, because you are big money, Mr. J, I'll give you control. And because I know what that means, I'll give you 54%. I just threw that number out in the sky. This is 2008. And he said, okay, come out to I'm dealing with the stimulus money. This is 2008. Remember the stimulus money in 2008? It's about time repeats itself.
I saw the bailout.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So you said fly out to DC. I'll pay for everything, and I want you to meet my partners and make sure they're feeling you like I feel you, because I don't make any unilateral decisions. So okay, cool. I was so excited. So I fly out to DC. Watch this. There's two airports that are really close to each other. There's JFK. And what's the other one you guys on the East Coast? There's JFK, there's two in Washington, D.C. Bottom line, I got to the wrong airport because you said D.C., so I assumed.
Oh, no.
Dulles International. It's Dulles in Washington.
Yeah, so I got to one of the wrong ones. And I'm like, oh, man, I'm way away from you. But I can get there in a few hours, so I got to the other airport. So I do my presentation for him exclusively because this is the first time he got a chance to see it. I was courting him to be our investor for a while, about 2 years. I wanted to have a guy that looked like me that's controlling our company. I didn't want someone that didn't look like me controlling the company. So I flew out, gave him the presentation. Man, this is good. I get it. This is some different kind of stuff here. I totally don't understand it, but it sounds like you do. And so I'm in. But my partners have to be in too. So I met with them. We had dinner. He brought out the black card. Amex. Anybody know about the black card? You only get those if you're a baller. And so we had dinner, and within 7 days, probably within 3 days, his investment of $100,000 at that time, $500,000 was the plan A. Got that within 7 days. And ironic, Paul was there because I'm very transparent, as you know now, why CEO. I shared with Paul and Brad that I'm actually buying Mr. J out. I said, Mr. J, I'm going to give you $100,000 back. And we've made some payment over the years. You've made some money over the years. I said, however, I want you either in, per our original deal, you have that option, $500,000. You can keep 54%. I love brilliant people on my team, and I don't have a problem with having 46. It's fine. And so with our partner, Black Unicorn Factory, we were actually gifted 10,000 shares, and the value of those 10,000 shares, that's the entity that Ice Cube's a part of. My part of that is 276,000. And so I said, so I'll give you your 100 out of there, or you can stay. It's up to you. I'm cool. So, moral to that story, we invite Paul to play pool with us and just meet Mr. J because he's such a big deal when it comes to government contracting. We're in this really nice pool hall. Pool hall has around 200 bar stools. So Paul sits down in the area that we were sitting in the booth. Paul says, hey, those chairs, those are my chairs. Paul was the manufacturer of the chairs at that pool hall. He does high-end stuff. Can you imagine the serendipity of Paul in a pool hall in Orange County? Because Paul is the president and CEO of the company. His salespeople deal with the bars, the billiards, the bars all around the country and possibly the world. So he doesn't see every customer. He notices his chairs. The owner of the pool hall, this pool hall is really nice in Orange County, you guys. He's there because Mr. J knows the owner very well. And so,
I bet he knows my brother here, and he's my play brother, y'all, here in Cincinnati, who also does high-end furniture. I think they did almost $100 million last year.
Give the company name.
It's a small. Yeah, I will.
Love to meet him.
RFC. His name is Carl Satterwhite.
Please back channel me that if you can. Please.
I will. I'm gonna see if he's on Clubhouse. He might be.
Yeah,
we'll get him
sorry to interrupt, Bam.
No worries. And I'm going longer than I anticipated, but I just wanted to give the story regarding Paul, my partner, just some of the inner workings. And I'm writing a book about my journey, and my book is called Caught Up in Capitalism. And the subtitle, I think you all will really appreciate this based on 111. My subtitle is John 4:44. John 4:44 reads that a prophet in his own town is not revered. I'm Brian Franklin, and I'm going to my...
Love it. Go ahead and mic drop.
Amazing.
Appreciate you all. I'm we're going to close my mic. I'm going to stay in the room for about another 16 minutes, but I will not respond to anything because I'm going to start moving to my meditation. All right, love you all. Thank you so much, Queen Tiffany. Paul, thanks so much for coming into this.
Good night, Dan. Yeah.
You learned some new stuff about some of the stuff that we're doing.
Holding on by a thread.
It's all good. All right, you all. I'm listening for about 15 minutes, so don't be kind to me. All right, peace and blessings.
Oh, yes. We miss Queen Charlotte, and 10K would not let us get off this stage. Let me see if she's back. Queen Charlotte, are you there? Oh, she's still not there, y'all. She probably like, I'm asleep, y'all. I'm just listening. King Xavier, you're back. How are you?
Are you?
Oh, there you are.
Yeah. Hey, how's it going? How's everybody doing?
Oh, it's going good. What you been up to?
I had to step away for a little bit. I've been working through some potential deals, but burning the midnight oil over here in Houston, Texas.
Oh, down in Texas. How is the weather? I know there's a storm that tried to stir its way through there. Did y'all get any damage? Or you all good?
No. We were good. I mean, we got some pretty light rain, but that was about it. So thankfully we kind of avoided some of that the tough weather that Louisiana got. But things are good.
Oh, that is a blessing. I was traumatized when I saw Louisiana. I'm like, no, they can do enough. They don't need any more rain, water, or any of the above. Nothing. No more wet. Not like that.
Yeah, they get hit hard every year.
Before I go, Xavier, man, I don't know what's going on with all you Texas people that keep coming in 10K's room. Let me share this real quick story that I'm going to close out for the night. My family has over 300 acres in Fairfield, Texas. And we're going to develop the land sometime in the very near future. We're going to make it mixed use. It's going to be development. It's going to be workspace. It's going to be manufacturing. It's going to be cannabis growing, selling, the whole shot. It's going to be very vertically integrated. And every last one of my family members in anywhere in the country or the world for that matter that have the last name Durham or Solomon are going to be able to live there and eat and do whatever they want to do for free, as long as they participate in one of our vertical businesses, just anyone they like. So whatever their passion is, it's good. So I want to close with this. My mom and I, she's 83 going on 38. We're going to be leaving from Los Angeles, California sometime after the party. Okay, so it'll probably be October. And we're going to make our first stop in Arizona. I got to see Flame Newton, the credit expert period in the world. He has a partnership on those. He's amazing. Flame Newton, he's in the clubhouse, you guys. So he's my first stop and my family member in Arizona. Then we're going to hit like 3 or 4 cities in Texas. It's Houston last, because that way I can go up and meet Bernadette for sure, a weekend. And so it's going to be Dallas, Fairfield, Houston, and Waco. When we go to the family land, over 300 acres with minerals, it's pecans, it's like everything on this land. It's 300 acres, over 300 acres. We're going to meet the folk here in Clubhouse that want to participate in some capacity with our land, mixed use. There's going to be houses, it's going to be apartments, it's going to be all kinds of stuff on this land. So everybody that's in the Texas region that is a member of BAM, referred by 10K in this room, you got to be a member of BAM because Valley's going to be there. A few other people that are members of BAM, referred by 10K. You're going to be able to participate with us. It's going to be a really, really unique. I think we're going to make news with this land because of what we're going to do with it, and allowing all our family members to live there for free. Some of this stuff is unheard of, but that's where I live. I live outside the box. So I just wanted to share that with you, sir. I so appreciate you. But I've been in these rooms, especially these 10K rooms. It's been a lot of Texas people. That's been interesting. But bottom line,
oh, that's how we do it. It's that blood. I'm from the South. And you're got a Southern connection. It's just drawing us in. I don't know.
Amazing. Man, if it's a 10K room, it's gonna be people from everywhere, man. 10K touched every city, every city by now, man.
I hear you, but again, they have to be members of BAM, referred by 10K. We're one of their strategic partners with the 10K sponsors. It's only 4 companies: 10K, BAM, the Pill Method, and payment. We are the 4 companies today. There will be more that have billion-dollar models. We did a billion-dollar deal. Matter of fact, the Y CEO knows she has the data. So there's a lot of capping that goes on in this place. She has the data, and all of our attorneys associated with us. We got a lot. But so when you do a billion dollars.
Oh, just one more thing to read. I appreciate you. I was like, oh man, I gotta read some more contracts. Okay, fine. Sure.
That data is less than a 5-minute read. It's
I know.
Yes,
it's I had to make you feel bad about that.
No, it's okay. You can do 5 minutes. You can do 5 minutes. But with that, you guys, I'm so excited to have a relationship with this 10K room. We're elated to be part of this 10K sponsorship because we're getting ready to change some lives for real because of the works that we do. And let me leave you with this for those of you that are in the room. Let me close with this. I can do this in about 1 minute. I want somebody to time me. All right, so here's what I want you to do. Click my BAM, go down. Oh, no, we're not going to go down. I'm going to read. I want to do this in 1 minute. Watch this. Do you want to make more money? Do you want to collaborate? Do you want to earn a referral fee? Do you have an advertising budget? Do you want to disrupt the network marketing industry? Do you have $199 in your bank? Let me say this. If you're with Bank of America, they pay 0.01%. 0.01 compound interest is about 3 pennies in a year. So come out of my bio. Here's what I want you to do in conclusion. Hit 10K's image. Sean Lasky at the top left if you so desire. Go down to his Instagram, and then you'll hit his order your 10K card at the top. And over to the left, you'll see be a BAM e-commerce boss. Click that. Enroll for the one time of $199, and we're going to teach you how to make money like Amazon. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Brian Franklin, and I'm going into meditation state. Peace and blessings.
King Bam.
Go ahead, Queen. Y'all let me go. Go ahead, Queen.
You got to answer because it's happening upon the midnight hour. You know how some geniuses' minds get. So yes. You got to answer this question to give me relief from this thought. Question. Your younger entrepreneurs, can you tell me about your younger entrepreneurs with the BAM.eco who are utilizing the network and the platform that you have? I think because I was hearing someone tell just a similar story. I think it was Coffee, whose child said something about their business. And I have a story with my son. When I was trying to introduce a concept to a cousin of mine with the same last name as me, they were like, no, I don't think so. It sounds like whatever. And then a minute after that, my son was like, okay, you need to, let me see your phone. I got to show you something. And he showed me I had told him maybe a week before, create a business email for yourself since you're an artist, but I don't want your name. I want your business email. So he came in right after the cousin turned me down, and he showed me his business email. And it just dawned on me as a mother. I said, that's my business partner. This is one of my business partners right here. My child is my business partner because he hears what I say. I can guide him into the direction similar that I go into. And he's just turned 20. But he gets a lot of things and absorbs a lot of things, and he's an artist. So I think that when we have young entrepreneurs that want to start a business but don't know where, would BAM be one of those places that they could, if they're developing a business? I know artists may come to you, but a young business entrepreneur or business major, I wanted to know about that generation and the windows that have been those that have utilized what you have. I just wanted to know about the youngest, maybe.
Thank you, Queen. How many of you in the room, just flash your mics, remember MySpace? Just flash your mics. Let's see. Man, that's few as everybody sleep. All right, so watch this. I'm going to give you the quicker version than the long version. We launched a business model with the high schools here in Southern California, specifically starting in Watts. The model was called, this is in 2006, you all. The reason why I have these years in my brain, because I'm writing the book called Caught Up in Capitalism. It's a chronology of my life from birth. By the way, my birth date, ladies and gentlemen, is March 4th. It's a complete sentence to move forward. So I was born on the day to move forward. March 4th is a command to move forward. So in 2006, we launched. I'm glad 10K is asleep because he would rebuy the domain. I haven't even looked at the domain in a while, but we may rebuy it or whatever. But the domain is called, you can actually do a search, you'll probably find some data and some images. ProjectFirstJob.com. Bottom line, Queen, we were taking their MySpace friends and helping them convert those friends to dollars. For every last one of their MySpace friends, we were paying, what was the model back then? We were paying them some money. I don't remember what it was, but they had to do X amount of friends, and we would pay them. So now let me close with this. The United States of America are lobbying, and people are lobbying to get a $15 an hour minimum wage. Okay? Facts. Our babies that used to be able to work at the fast food chains, within 2 to 5 years, those jobs will be gone. The robots are working. The robots are ready to flip burgers, make fries. They're ready. There are restaurants right now that if you guys have been in some McDonald's and you order on the kiosk, there are less and less people working in there, I'm sure, in every city across the nation, because there's like 36,000 locations. So I said that to say this. Our young ones, let's say 18 and above, and then we'll deal with those sub-18. 18 and above, and those coming from behind the wall, called Yale, Y-A-I-L, replace the Y with the J, jail. The last thing they want to do is work for $15 an hour when they would make $1,500 a day and or a week. At $15 an hour, if you do 10 hours of work flipping burgers, doing fries, whatever the case may be, gross income is $150 for an entire 10 hours. Refer one person a day from these clubhouse streets where there's 30 million plus people. You'll earn $99.50 and then go play. At $99.50 times 5, let's take it times 7, is $696.50 a week. Take that times 52, it's around $35,000 a year. One a day, most people can actually quit their jobs. If that's not enough for you, just 2x it. One before lunch, one after lunch. Now you're at 70K. 3x it, you're at 100K. So, in conclusion, for the babies that have the entrepreneurial spirit, as long as their parent is in the loop, and I don't know, many of the parents know, you can hire your children now, I think starting at around age 12, 13, 14, somewhere around in there. Just talk to a tax professional. Any child that wants to get down with BAM, all they have to do is have their parent in the loop, and then they can go have their teacher at their school. Hey, we love what you do teaching us. We know you're underpaid. Here's a way to make money while you sleep using the internet, because the world has changed. I'm Brian Franklin, and I approve that message. Queen, do you have any additional questions before I go?
You know what? When I did my researching about entrepreneurs, I found a infographic, which I love, about information about entrepreneurs. And without any shame, this infographic had on there the surprising fact about entrepreneurs that sometimes they moonlight as sugar babies. It's the younger women or whatever and whatnot. And then I was like, whoa, is this a thing? And in 2020, I was at least since 2016, it was articles about it that where they have to have. No disrespect to educators. I'm an educator. I'm also a TK, teacher's kid too. So I value that, but the money is usually not enough. And to see that article they have had a percentage about the moonlighting as sugar babies, but it was a thing, and like I said, it's been in the circuit, for years as far as maybe 2017. So I just thought that was interesting that you brought that up about the entrepreneur needing that extra stream of income. No need for the kids to talk about moonlighting as sugar babies, but that's it.
Yes, ma'am. Hey, I appreciate that. Anybody else question or comment before I go to meditation? All right, I'm free from the ecosystem called Clubhouse. All right, well, thank you so much, you all. I got to close out with respecting and showing appreciation for the BAM members. I'm Brian Franklin, and I approve that message, and I'm done speaking. Bam! 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 With your bad self, say it loud. I'm BAM, and I'm proud.
Oh my goodness.
I appreciate you all.
It has been a full evening, you all, and a full night. Thank you all so much for joining us. Make sure that you hit that button at the top of the screen. You can go to 10ksponsors.com, or you can hit the Mr. 10K's card, go to his Instagram profile, and it'll lead you in the same direction. So I just want to see if anybody else has any other words. If not, we're going to close out the room because y'all don't have to go home, but you might have to get back into the clubhouse hallway. Any other comments? Going once, going twice? Oh, it's old. It's over. Thank you all so much for joining us. We are here every day at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and also 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So 10 and 10 during the day, we have our business meeting that usually starts around 11:30, and we do some housekeeping there where we catch everybody with a 10K card up on what's happening with our sponsorship, and we tell you the to-do. And we're coming up with our own online portal so you can access that information on the ready and on the go, so you don't have to remember everything because there's so much information on Clubhouse. So we want to make it easy peasy. So thank you all so much, and we will see you tomorrow morning. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Hey.